Hey everyone, welcome back to our Best of Disney World Attraction series. Today we are giving you our favorite attractions at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, out of all the videos that we made in this series so far, I would say that this was the hardest list to put together.
Definitely.
We didn't realize how many awesome attractions Hollywood Studios has.
Yeah.
So narrowing this down to 5 was definitely tough, but we got it done.
Yeah.
And as always, these are in no particular order, so let's jump right in.
So the first one on our list that we're going to talk about is Tower of Terror. Now, this is one of our favorite attractions. I remember when I was little, I'll tell you a quick story, I was terrified to go on Tower of Terror. Terrified. My family lied to me while we were in line and was like, oh no, that ride's at the other side of the park. I was like, okay. I was really little. I had no idea. I got on it and I absolutely loved it. And ever since that day, I love it. We go on it every time we go to Hollywood Studios. The story behind it, which I know Matt loves the storytelling, which I do too. The story behind it is just so cool. The queue when you walk through the lobby of the hotel is just awesome. I love it. And then the ride aspect itself, which is kind of funny that I like it because I don't usually like that drop, but I don't know, there's just something about it I love.
Yeah, there's nothing that I dislike about Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
And Alex mentioned the lobby. The queue is probably my favorite part. I wish that was a real hotel.
Yeah.
I would love one day if Disney made that a hotel. I love the lobby, and the second you walk in, you're fully immersed in the theming. And as someone who's a fan of the original Twilight Zone series, they really knocked it out of the park. Just everything about it is cool. When you go into the library and you get the pre-show video with how they made Rod Serling come back to life, which is really, really awesome. And if you guys didn't know, the beginning where he's like, tonight's episode is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. That is from an actual Twilight Zone episode. I only found that out very recently, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then they used a voice actor to do the rest of it. But as far as the ride itself goes, it is just so cool. And the fact that you never know what drop sequence you're gonna get kind of makes it interesting. I just love when they shoot you up to the top and they hold you there for a second and you kind of rumble.
Yeah.
And that's where they take your picture and they open up the doors and you can see all of
I was gonna
Hollywood
say that.
Studios.
Yeah, you could see out so far. You could see the whole park, which is awesome. Another thing is riding it at night is different too. So seeing the park at night when they open the doors is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And just when you're walking down Hollywood Boulevard and you hear the screams and everything, it just adds so much to it.
And like Alex said, when you're walking down Sunset and you have it at the end there, and it's kind of that ominous building off in the distance, and at night how it's kind of an old rundown hotel, so not all the letters are lit up. It's just really cool. The theming of Tower of Terror, I don't think can be topped in any Disney attraction.
Right.
Maybe Haunted Mansion is up there, but I just love everything about Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
So that's the first one on our list.
Yeah.
The next one on our list is one that you haven't experienced yet.
Yeah.
And that is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And it is unbelievably amazing. I know that many people haven't gotten to experience it yet because it was only open for a couple of weeks before Disney closed. But once everything's back up and running and more people get to enjoy it, I really can't wait because it is amazing. And the 2.5D out of this world, the way that you go from the pre-show into the load zone is something that will blow your mind. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but when I was there, I was like, no way this is happening. It was so cool. And it definitely is the new marquee attraction in Hollywood Studios. Of course, Rise of the Resistance is the biggest attraction there, but it is definitely a worthy attraction of being right down the middle when you look and you see that marquee lit up. Runaway Railway is really cool.
I haven't experienced it yet, like Matt said, but I've seen videos and it looks absolutely amazing. Again, another groundbreaking ride for Disney.
Very groundbreaking.
With the technology that came out with it. So I'm really excited to ride it and experience it.
Yeah, I think you'll love it. I know you'll love it. And if you're a fan of the new Mickey shorts, you're really going to love it too. I know you're kind of on the fence. I really enjoy them. And I just love that animation style. And there's so many cool things that they did in this ride, from transitioning from scene to scene, the way they did it, how you see things change literally right before your eyes, and you're like, how did they do that? It was amazing.
And another thing is people say there's a lot of like hidden things, so
Yes.
to keep your eye out, so every time you ride it, you kind of catch something new.
Yes, and there's a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a few nods to the Great Movie Ride in there as well. So if you're on that ride, keep your eyes peeled on some of the posters and stuff in the background. If you're a Great Movie Ride fan, you'll appreciate some of the little nods to what was there in the past. But Runaway Railway is amazing, and I'm excited for the parks to open back up so more people can experience it and just see how truly amazing this ride is. I love it.
Next on our list is Toy Story Mania. This is one that we absolutely love going on. Now, when we were talking about picking our top 5 attractions, we were kind of stuck between Slinky Dog and Toy Story Mania. We ultimately chose Toy Story Mania just because the ride is just so much fun. Like the aspect of kind of like trying to beat your partner,
right,
and all the different scenes that you get to like pull, and I don't know, I just find it so fun. And when it first opened, it was kind of like, it was a big thing.
Oh, sure. It still is.
It still is. I was going to say the line is still always long for that. Always. But when we go on it, we always have so much fun.
Yeah, we get really competitive with each other when it's time to play Midway Mania. But it's just a lot of fun. You wait for a long time for this ride. That's for sure if you don't have a fast pass.
Yeah.
But it's a long ride.
Yeah.
You play multiple different games, so you're on there for a good at least 5 minutes. So I would imagine at least it feels like it's a long ride. So it's definitely worth your time. And like Alex said, it's just fun. It's fun to try and beat your partner. And then at the end, they have the best this hour, best in vehicle, best this month, like all those things. And you always want to try to be the best. So the re-rideability is definitely there.
Yeah, and it kind of, like Matt said, it incorporates almost like the carnival type ride of like getting the best score into an actual ride where you're moving around and spinning and everything like that. So it's cool that it incorporates 2 different ride aspects.
Yeah.
Shout out to Slinky Dog 2. That was one of our honorable mentions because we also love Slinky Dog.
Yeah, it was tough to leave out Slinky, but we said let's stick with one of the Toy Story attractions for the purpose of this. Midway Mania is a lot of fun. It's fun for all ages. It's fun for parents. The kids love it. You get to break all the glasses and all those different scenes in there, the dishes. But yeah, the re-rideability, due to the fact that you're always trying to beat your score, keeps us coming back. That's for sure.
Next on our list is Star Tours. We love this ride. Now, I am a new Star Wars fan. Over the quarantine, Matt finally got me to watch all of the Star Wars movies. And to be honest with you guys, I really didn't think that I would like them as much as I did. Like, I'm not a huge like sci-fi person. I'm obsessed with Star Wars. Like, after I watched certain movies in the trilogies, I literally texted Matt like days after, like, well, what's gonna happen next? And I don't know. But Star Tours, I feel like I have a new appreciation for it. I always loved the ride, but now as an actual Star Wars fan, I feel like I love it even more.
Yeah.
Not that I got to go on it yet, but still, like, I know the ride. The 3D aspect of it is really cool. The ride vehicle is awesome. Like, it really feels like when you jump to light speed, it really feels like you're jumping to light speed.
Yeah.
So,
and C-3PO's there. Driving.
Yep. And then the best aspect of it is that you never get the same ride twice. It's different every time you ride it, and you never know which one you're gonna get. So that's kind of the exciting part.
Yeah, that's we just talked about re-rideability as far as Midway Mania goes. That's why I love Star Tours so much, because it's kind of like a roulette as far as like what are we gonna get this time? Which scene are we gonna get? It's just a really cool ride. It's a classic ride. It's an old ride, that's for sure. And I know that there's new Star Wars rides that are in the parks, and we're gonna be talking about one of them coming up soon. But Star Tours is just a classic. And it holds up to this day, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of simulated 3D type of rides that are out there, but Star Tours to me is the original, the king of all that, and it's just so much fun. It's always a walk-on, basically, now with all the new Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially now that Galaxy's Edge opened, I feel like some people forgot about Star Tours, so the line usually isn't that long.
It's usually never longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I feel like every time we go to Hollywood Studios, we ride it. At least once, maybe twice.
Yeah, I love it. It's just like one of those things where it's like, oh, what do you want to do? Oh, you want to go on Star Tours? Like, it's easy. Yeah. And speaking of Star Wars, we cannot talk about our favorite attractions at Hollywood Studios without mentioning Rise of the Resistance. You want to talk about a groundbreaking attraction? This has now set the standard for attractions in any theme park. Disney did amazing things with putting this together. and it is just so cool. Like, the animatronics are awesome. The Kylo Ren and General Hux animatronics are really cool. They're very, very fluid. There's certain elements that happen in the ride that you're like, how did they do that with like the lightsaber coming through the ceiling?
The hologram.
Right, during the pre-show when you get to see Rey and she's telling you you're going on the mission, you're like, how do they do this? Like, it's just, how do they do this? You say that the entire ride.
Yeah.
And it's almost kind of a disservice to call it a ride because it's really an experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
You know, it's not a ride. It's really not even an attraction. It's a full immersive experience.
And it almost takes you through like 3 separate experiences.
Yes, exactly. Well, the first one we were just talking about Rey when she gives you the messaging and everything. That's really cool because that's the pre-show, and you're like, how did they do that? And then you go into a troop transport, and on the way you see an X-wing, and you see Poe Dameron's X-wing, and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then you get on this troop transport, and you get off of the troop transport, and now you're inside a Star Destroyer, and there's all the stormtroopers there. It's literally right out of a movie. It is just so cool. And then you get to walk the hallways of a Star Destroyer a little bit while they put you in your interrogation room, and then that's where you see Kylo for the first time. And then the ride vehicle is a trackless ride system, so the fluidity is so cool. You get to move in all different degrees. It's just, it's something that you truly have to experience.
I cannot wait to ride it.
Yeah.
Like, whenever we go back next, like, I don't care how long we have to wait, I'm riding it.
I know. And Rise of the Resistance is, like I said, the new gold standard for attractions in any theme park.
Yeah.
Any new attraction that opens up is always going to be measured to Rise of the Resistance.
Right.
It's kind of like that new dark ride standard.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for you to ride it.
I know,
Especially
I can't
now
wait.
that you know, like,
I know.
what's going on and you know the characters.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be cool for you.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, but that is our list of our favorite attractions at Hollywood Studios. Those are our top 5. As always, let us know down in the comments, what are your favorite attractions at Hollywood Studios? Did any of your favorites not make our list? Would you change anything around? Let us know down in the comments. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up. It really helps us out. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. And with that, we'll see you guys real soon.